Oh, see,
How about that?
That was ridiculous. So how many free throws that dude got?
Oh, you talking about the Kobe thing?
Yeah, putting up 83 points, beating Kobe's record, but it wasn't much of a. I don't know.
You know,
We'll see.
It wasn't the effort. Just think about the difference.
Yeah, I don't think that's
Hello,
like,
everybody.
Oh,
Welcome back to Comics for All. Today is Wednesday, March 11th, 2026. Thank you for joining us wherever you are in the world. My name is Jameson. I'm your host here at Comics for All, where comics, creativity, and community all connect. Today, as part of our Ink and Insight segment, we have three guys from the Studio Skye-Tiger. We got Marcus, Jamal, and Ray. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Guys, it's great to see you. And if you can, just a starting question for everybody is, what hooked you into comics as a reader? And Marcus, I'll have you go first.
You said, I'm sorry, you repeat the question again?
Sure, no problem. The question is, what hooked you into comics? You know, what series, characters, television shows, whatever they were.
Oh, that's a hard one.
It is.
So what got me? You said what got me into the comics, right?
Yep, to read them.
So I started off with cartoons first. Then I gravitated to comic books. I didn't know about comic books until late. I was so poor and so poor that I didn't even know what a comic book was until I was like late teen, being a late teenager, in my late teens. Spider-Man. My first comic book I read was Spider-Man. I think it was the Amazing Spider-Man. He was like facing off against Green Goblin. I think it was covered by Roberto something. I'm sorry, I'm butchering his name.
Humberto Ramos.
Yeah, there we go. And these guys say my style is a lot like his.
Okay.
Yeah, all that energy, man.
yeah.
Jamal, about you?
Man, I got into comics, when I was young too, cartoons, because they was free.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I gotta pay for this. I could just
true.
You know what I mean? Yeah, from Batman animated series, it kind of set the bar for everything.
Good.
Yeah, when I was a kid, even before cartoons and comic books, man, it was Power Rangers for me. You know what I mean? Just getting myself into the whole what if, your imagination can push, this concept so far, not just your imagination, but it looks so freaking cool. And then I got hip to, the Cartoon Network. They had, animated everything. And so I just fell into that whole love of just, the genre of animation, period. Anything that you can draw and that you can bring to life with your hands. That was dope. And comics like me came a little bit later, after I was probably like 12, 13 years old at a after school program. And I seen a bunch of comics, on the table sitting there just in a pile. Now I knew comics, in general, just, watching TV and knowing what comics are. But me seeing them for the first time were in that, on that table. And I took a couple home. I was like, man, can I take these? Like, yeah, you can have them because nobody else wanted them. So I took them. That's how my first little batch of comics, was getting in. So I fell into it like that, just the art and the stories. Like, they wasn't in order or nothing like that. It was just little random little issues. But, that's how it started for me, man.
Fantastic. Ray, about you?
For me, I was kind of like Marcus, where it was cartoons was my first thing, and by the time I saw comics around, but I didn't really I wasn't really picking them up at that point. It wasn't until I was like 10 years old, and my cousin introduced me to comics. He was an artist, and he just dropped a stack right in front of me. And it was like boom. Yeah. Well, the first one I picked up was Conan. It was John Buscema's Conan. And then it was like a stack, so it had Conan, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist, or Power Man and Iron Fist. That's what the actual one was. Spider-Man, whatever. When I saw that, I really saw it, and I was like, wait a minute. I thought Spider-Man was a cartoon. It's like, no, dummy. It's a comic book. They got the cartoon. So after that, I fell in love. I fell in love with comics that moment. So I would say I knew they existed, like 7 or 8, but 10 years old is when I fell in love with them.
It's a great time period to fall in love with them. So for all the viewers out there, we got a nice handful of everyone. If you want to have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. I did put the Studio Skye-Tiger website in there, so make sure to go check it out. So kind of a follow-up to that, when did you all realize that you wanted to be creative and be part of the group of people that make the comics? When did you have that realization? If you want to start us off on that one.
So I recently talked about this. I had actually been drawing for a long time, and growing up when we grew up, we're all from Compton and Watts, and there's a lot going on during that time period out in the streets. And so I stayed inside. I was drawing. I was, kind of getting away from the whole thing and doing that, at least trying to, at least. And then for me, I wanted to do my own thing. I was making my own stories. I was writing, different things as a teenager. But in 1992, where the New Warriors came out, 91, 92, and I saw Night Thrasher. I was already like I said, I loved comics since I was 10, but it was most like, oh, let me see if I could draw this character or whatever, but it wasn't like I could do it. I didn't think in that way. It was an idea, but I was, so at that time I was like, okay, Night Thrasher is cool. I want to kind of get into Marvel. I want to kind of do that. I mean, in middle school, well, they call it middle school now, but junior high school, I was doing little submissions actually to Marvel.
Cool.
Yeah. But I wasn't really that serious, to be honest. I wasn't that serious. It wasn't until then, like I said, when I saw Night Thrasher and New Warriors, which changed my whole world, was like, you know what? I think I want to do this. And then the following year, Milestone got launched. And so, I saw Static and stuff like that. I was like, okay, this gave me inspiration. I was doing my own comics with my group of friends back then. We actually, by the time I was 19, so by the time I was 19, I had ash cans. I had me and my friends, we created our own little comic anthology. We put that out. We printed 100, copies of it. They sold out. And, it was like going to the convention. That was the first time we went from attending the convention to actually getting a table. It was a group of us.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was pretty cool. But that was it. Like once I saw the Black Enterprise magazine with the Milestone creators, I was like, this is my mission. This is what I want to do. I want to work in comics. But mostly I was trying to do my own comics. I was kind of trying to do that. So anyway, but yeah, I knew this is what I was going to do for the rest of my life.
Perfect.
That's dope.
Jamal, how about you? When did you realize you wanted to be part of the comics community?
Comics, that came a little later. Like when I first thought about me, creating, stories and cartoons, I remember sitting in a bowl of cereal, in front of, TV, and I was like 9, 10 years old. It's like, how do you make cartoons? That'd be the best job on the planet. Like, I love these so much. How do I make cartoons? Like, I want to have you get that job. That was my first little inception of, getting into, the concept of, anything animated cartoons, comic book wise. This came later. It came when, I was in prison and I was always a writer. My mom, she was a special education, teacher's assistant and everything like that. So she used those same tools and strategies to help teach me how to read and write. And it worked so well. So I was reading and writing my name by the age of 2. Wow. And always, like in every class I had, with every writing assignment or English class, I was always excelling. I always wrote stories. I was always creative in that way, so that always was there. But life happened and stuff happened in gangs, and I got over it and girls and all that, and I got away from all that. Prison helped, slow me down a lot and help me think about what I want to do. And I had a lot of time on my hands to figure out, to exercise, whatever I need to do. And I had a cellie who had a gang of comics. He had a box full of them under his bed. And one of the first ones I pulled out, the first ones he showed me he's like, check this out. And I was looking at it, was Miles Morales Spider-Man. I always watch comics. I always watch, everything on TV and, cartoons, Dragon Ball Z, and the whole Saturday morning line up and all like that. I remember that. But in prison, you get away from that. But he pulled that out and I started opening. I'm like, first of all, the art was spectacular. It was, I can't remember his name. I can't remember. But anyway, it wasn't Sheriff Pacelli. It was like Marquez. His art. And his little run on, and it was Scorpion, and they was fighting Spider Miles Morales, and they was in a club. And I was like, the art was so spectacular, then the story was so dope. You know what I mean? I'm like, dang, this is what they doing now? Like, this is crazy. So he pulled out those that he had. Then he pulled out the Superman Hell on Earth. And I read that whole little saga, you know, with Superman when hell came down. So it was like, this is spectacular. So I kind of I was in school, like in college and everything at the time too. So I was already getting, you know, writing and everything, getting back into the habit. But, you know, it started, you know, coming from there. And yeah, man, that's how the journey followed. Like, man, I can do this, man. I can write comics. You know, I ain't gonna talk too much. I know the homie got to go, but yeah, it started up in there, man.
Love that. Marcus, how about you? When did you realize you wanted to be the people that create the comics?
Just like these guys, like it started off with cartoons. I come from a family of 11. See, I had 11 siblings. And all we like, some of my favorite memories is me and my brother sitting there on TV watching the old school Ninja Turtles. And we used to, and I did everything my brothers did. You know, they started drawing and stuff, so I jumped right on in there. Then when I got older, a little bit older, it was this documentary came on TV. It was like a Disney documentary of how behind the scenes with Disney. And they showed this. They showed these animators like creating these different effects and stuff. So it was one scene that showed where Disney created throw a baseball through a window, and they filmed it, and they chopped it down frame by frame, and they animated every little pixel. Then it was just like I was like, I want to do this. You know, the hard work. Like even when you watch it, you see the hard work they put into it.
Oh yeah.
You know, like and that like. From there on out, I was like, I want to do my own cartoon. I want to make my own cartoons. I want to experience this, you know. Then from there, it was just me and my little brother. We started to create these images based off the stuff that happened to us at school. So I went to almost every bad school that you could think of in LA.
Oh man.
Oh man.
We jumped around school to school, and we went pretty much hood to hood going to school. And we've been through like anything you can imagine. We've probably been through. So
welcome to the ghetto.
Yeah, for real.
So when the lights was on, you got no choice but to go outside and play. So we started to draw and just writing about the stories and stuff that we heard around the neighborhood or stuff that we experienced. Like, what would a superhero do with this bully that just dumped a quart of milk on my head?
Who did that, Marcus?
Right. So we had a lot of fights. So from there, and that kind of just like my brother. My brother was my great inspiration. He told me one time I was creating my own Spider-Man, and he was yeah. I think we all did that, like create our own of those characters. You know, it's so crazy because that's what's popular now too. Is creating your version of these main characters.
Yeah.
So my brother was like, you know, you're good enough to do your own character. And it's like, you know what? I'll challenge you to. You my brother know, like, you know, I've always been competitive. You know, you eat your food fast. I'm going to eat my food fast, no matter if I get burnt or not. I'm going to finish my food before you. So I was always competitive. So he challenged me to create my own character, and it was like, what? So you know, from there, I dove into not just wanting to work and do animation, but to do my own character and my own stories.
That's a good way to put it.
That was like a long answer.
That's all right.
But that's your story.
Yeah.
Well, another reader-centric question. I know not everybody has the free time to read comics, but if any of you have had some free time, what's something you've read recently-ish that has stuck with you? Indie, major, or both, if you got both? Ray, how about you?
Is it printed or unprinted? Because I'm reading some things.
That works for me, yeah. If you got something that hasn't been printed or still in the works, yeah.
Things that you can talk about.
That's true. Too. That's true. Well, I own the company, so I can talk about it.
Right.
I would say the best thing I've read that's unpublished, but soon to be, is Frankenstein, King of Zombies. I would say that's going to be fire. That's going to be fantastic. But the last thing that I read, I would say that is published, That was really, really good. A couple things. Stephanie Williams' Roots of Madness
Oh,
was
she's
fantastic.
been on the channel. Shout out
Yeah.
Stephanie.
Oh yeah. Hey, shout out to Steph. That was great.
She is on fire right now.
Oh yeah. I mean, just brilliant and going for it and the right mindset for this business. Speaking of that train, the Dakota incident.
Yeah.
That was great. That was really great. Yeah, second printing. You know, let's try to get a third and fourth. Let's keep going. What else is good? What else is good that I read?
For the Dakota incident, have they indicated how many issues it's going to be?
No, they have not.
Okay.
They have not. And that's one of those things that if I knew Jameson, I couldn't tell you.
That's fair.
Yep. So yeah, but those are my choices. Those are my choices.
Excellent. Jamal, have you read anything recently?
Yeah, that Dakota incident too, man. It's kind of like a requirement for Black folk right now. If you're in the comics,
it's required reading.
You better check that box.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But it's so good and it sets up everything. That's why I see why you ask like how many issues it's going to be, because it can really go. It can set up for a miniseries, but then it can spin off into, okay, let's get some main titles for, you know, these some of our characters. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like it was. I just got done reading it, and it just it's so good because how it sets up. It addresses why Milestone's been gone, you know, for so long, like what happened to these characters in a clever way, as well as, you know, like. And then, like, when you probably read it too, but it's like the little, you know, stuff that happened in between. I don't want to ruin it for anybody else, but then Luthor.
No spoilers. I'm just kidding.
No spoilers, Jay.
But it came in, but it's like, you know, it's.
I like read the Shadow Cabinet.
I like that part. You know what I mean? I just like the conflict, their internal struggle, you know, between characters, man, and because a lot of times too, like that's why I'm enjoying my power as a writer to influence storylines. Because I see like the whole conflict and how valuable that inner conflict can be between the Milestone characters and how they're approaching what they're going through. And you got one faction that's like, man, fuck that, we finna, excuse my language, but man,
look, Jameson is a librarian, okay? So
I know, right? That's what I'm saying. Like they like we let's go down swinging, man. If we're gonna go down swinging, like we ain't no punk. It's not like now we gotta.
Librarians have been compared as drug dealers. We'll get you anything you want. So
yes,
man, you're not coming what you mean. If you really want it, you got a guy in the back that can hook you. Nah, I mean, you know what I mean. But yeah, that's how I go. But yeah, Dakota Incident for sure, and also the last book that really kind of stuck with me, man, is kind of like the trajectory I want to write. Is The Watchmen, man, the Doomsday Clock, part 1 and part 2. I read that a couple of years ago. That's one of the first books when I got out. That's one of the first volumes, hardcovers I had purchased because I, heard so much about it. Plus, I love the whole Watchmen story in general, and Alan Moore and what he did, and Jeff Loeb came back and did his thing. But it's like, it's so. I feel like he continued, like he had the same tone, the same mood as the original Watchmen. It just was like it was a continuation of the whole story. Now, I mean, it didn't feel like it was different by a different person, not for me, which is great tradecraft as a writer and as a creator, but also how he pushed the characters and he pushed the world, that whole forward, into, not just modern times, but just made it more contemporary. And now how he, developed other characters, especially Rorschach, you know what I mean? And it's so much there, man. So I really, enjoyed that like immensely. Like, yeah.
Excellent. Marcus, have you got to read anything recently?
I gotta. So, I read that oh my god, that just like what Jamal just said, like about that new Milestone project, man, it's freaking amazing. Like, just one thing that I tell people that buy my books, especially if they're Black or or whatever, don't buy this because you like me or you see that I'm Black. Don't buy it because of that. Buy because it's a dope story. And that's, I hope people don't support this project because these are Black creators or and everything.
Can though.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take the money. Don't get me wrong.
Stop you.
But it's so funny because I had people steal books off my table before. So Oh, but yeah, just that project. Everybody should read that project. That's an amazing project. How they fit everything in, looped everything in. Then at the end they gave you more to come. Like I tell people that too. Is like it's a way to end the books to get people to hungry for more. It's just like what I was saying earlier. Give it a little taste. Give it a little taste for more.
Give him a
Like, that's
tease,
what
as they say.
Yep.
I like cliffhangers. I love cliffhangers. And I always try to find a way to add that to what I'm doing. Cliffhanger, not because I want to piss people off. It just I want people to be hungry for more. Like I had people email me to like, what's going on with the next issue? When is the next one coming out? How dare you gonna end it like that? So I love that. I love that. Keep sending me those emails, but I love when people do that as well. Just like with movies and stuff, they leave it all. They want you to be mad at them, because they're gonna,
they do
come back.
You get them.
Well, for the viewers out there who haven't got to meet any of you before, if you guys can describe what you get to do in the comics world, and then part 2 of the question is, what is your kind of role within Studio Skye-Tiger? Ray, if you want to start us off, since I know you're the head honcho.
Okay, so Jameson, I got the second part of that question. What was the first?
The first part is, what do you get to do in the comics world? You get to do quite a few things. So
that's very, very true. Okay, so what do I get to do? At this point, I'm building the Studio Skye-Tiger comics. Not just the website, but really the brand. And we are focusing on stories that reflect our world and the people that are in it and influenced by it. I told somebody recently, I was like, Studio Skye-Tiger makes comics for people that are blurbs from Rosecrans and Central. So,
it's a whole lot of us.
It's a whole lot of us. It's a whole lot of us. And that's the thing. It's something that will reach everybody. Like, so Stan had actually said when he was talking about Marvel that Marvel was the world outside your window. For us, the world outside our window is the camp. And it's fiction. So, it's that kind of thing. The other thing I get to do, I get to draw, I get to write. I mean, I'm a full cartoonist. I get to cultivate new talent. What else do I get to do? I get to communicate with other publishers that I absolutely love, like Mad Cave and Ignition Press, Boom Studios. Like I have contacts there as well, and it's all love. And the same with the independents, with Concrete Comics, Impound Comics, 123 Art,
working for fan base.
Yes, fan base is like one of my closest friends, Barbara and Bryant.
Yeah, shout out Barbara and Bryant. Yep,
they're fantastic. I just did portfolio sessions with them. They were bringing in some new talent to kind of talk to pros on how to do comic storytelling in the visual way. So I have my hand in a lot of cookie jars, even starting our own comic book in Comic-Con in Compton. That's what we're all trying to do. So
can't wait.
I'm doing a lot, and it's really for us representatives of people, LGBTQ, people who otherwise get a situation that is easy for them to get into a Marvel or a DC, and I'm using my almost 20 years. I keep saying 20 years, but it's not quite. 2027 will be my first 20 years at this point. So, it feels like I wrote recently and people saw that it feels like I've been here longer, but I haven't. But I have been in and around and know a lot of people that, we have great relationships. And that's the other part. I want people who are like us to build relationships with comics. It's one of the best storytelling mediums that we have. right, to tell our story. So that anyway, that is what I'm personally doing, and my role at Studio Skye-Tiger Comics is, you know, the CEO. I'm the boss. They keep calling me the boss, so I need to act like
the HNIC.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Jamal, what all do you get to do in the comics world, and then what do you get to do within Studio Skye-Tiger?
In the comics world, I just be my regular spectacular self. You know what I mean? Exactly. And for Studio Skye-Tiger, man, I'm staff writer, you know, for the company. So
yes, sir.
You know,
yes.
I'm the man you go to. You need something as far as just content, you know, writing. I'm just, you know, one-stop shop, man. I do a little bit of everything, honestly, man, when it comes to writing. And mostly I'm here to help the team, man. I'm here as, you know, just a loyal servant, you know, for the people. You know what I mean? Do what I can. Also produce great quality content, work on my craft, make sure I, you know, knock out of the park every time, or at least get better. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Every script. That's my goal. That's my plan. That's what it is.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Marcus, and you, what all do you get to do in the comics world and within Studio Skye-Tiger?
What do you do, Marcus?
What do you do here?
You do.
Just like guy in the corner, you know,
drawing on interviews.
I just observe everything and just use AI and trace.
Oh goodness, this guy.
All right, sorry.
Oh my god!
I'm sorry,
Canceled.
So what I do, I don't know why these guys keep calling me the community guy, but
everybody know Marcus.
Everybody in Compton that's worth any, like the officials, you know, the mayor, the Compton 125 Historical Society, who we're locked into. Marcus is the reason.
Yeah, in the know.
Yeah.
You know, just, you know, have fun, you know, compete with these guys, and just work, or, you know, put the best stories out that I possibly can, share my truth, you know, help out as much as I can, you know, just play my part, you know. Like I mentioned before, you know, I love being involved. I love helping out, you know, and I love to compete, you know, and I literally look at everything as a competition, you know, and I want to outshine everybody.
Yes,
I have to say it like that, but you know, it's for my own good.
We ain't here to be average. We ain't here to be mediocre, bro.
Yeah, exactly. We're not here to be mediocre. Tell it.
Yeah, cream of the crop, man. We got to get up here, man, before we have it right here.
Oh yeah, exactly. And I love collaborating. I love collaborating. You know, I love collaborating with these guys. And that was like, I felt that was one of my weaknesses before, but just working with these guys, it made me, you know, into a better business person, a better creator, a better storyteller. It was so funny because Ray was giving Jamal advice on a particular story, and I'm just right there sucking it in. I was like, okay, he said this and this. Okay. Yeah. Like I redid my whole issue 4 based on what they was talking about.
Got to, because he knows some stuff.
Yeah. I had the drawings done and everything. I'm like, okay, cool. I just gotta eat this.
Yeah.
Nope.
Sorry about
Ray.
that.
Thanks, Ray.
I know. Blame me, man. Blame me. I mean, honestly, we sat here, Jameson, and we talked about all the stuff that we do. Not one of us has mentioned any of our titles yet.
Oh, so
well, that is a good tease for the next section. If you want to go into the next section about Sincere American Nightmare.
Absolutely.
Dun, dun, dun. There we go.
Come on, Jamal. Jamal, this is you. So we started with bounce with me and Marcus. Now it's on you.
All right,
let's go.
Man, I love this story, man. Sincere American Nightmare is so much there. It's not just, you know, a great story, a great superhero story. It's political intrigue. It's social commentary.
Yes.
You know, it's no holds bars. You know, it's everything. You know, because it's so much that has been done in the superhero genre. It's like what is new to do. So I figured, like, me, if I'm gonna write for myself and just what I want to do, I do horror, I do, you know, urban fantasy, I do things like that, right? Because, you know, in my mind, I try to stay away from stories like this because it kind of, that's what people expect somebody like me to do. You know, I'm from Compton, I'm from South Central, so they expect me to write a story with some gang members in it, talking about whatever. You know what I mean? So I figured like, okay, this is what I regularly write, but if I do choose to write this, how can I make it different? How can I make it unique? How can I make it, turn heads and be like, okay, this is not the run of the mill, story. This is something a little different. You know what I mean? That's why I'm here. I'm here to be average, man.
Well, where did the spark for the story, for Sincere and Jonathan Jackson, he's a 17-year-old branded as a terrorist in training. Kind of where does that concept and where did that, in terms of like idea in your head to actually like, an outline or a story, how long of a time period are we talking?
Man, it didn't take too long. Like, okay, so I had the original story. I thought about it, in prison as far as the character of Sincere, and his philosophy and what he went through, but specifically Jonathan Jackson, which you just asked about. That's that whole incident, the courthouse incident that I portrayed in this comic book is really a real life incident. It's based on true life events.
Okay.
The Marin County Courthouse Rebellion, 1969, 17-year-old Jonathan Jackson, whose brother George Jackson was in prison, for 70 years of life for a small minor crime, stealing some out of store or something like that. They accused him, right? He took a deal for I think 1 or 2 years of life, but he ended up doing 10 years because the system back then was super unjust. Right?
Was that part of the 3 strikes?
Man, that was before 3 strikes, man.
That was before 3 strikes. Wow, yeah.
When you was black, you already got 2 strikes.
That's true.
That was 1969 on me. That didn't come out until like the 92, I think the 3 strikes came out. But yeah, so 17-year-old Jonathan Jackson stole some guns from Angela Davis, put them in a duffel bag, walked to the courthouse and freed Rochelle McGee. He kidnapped a couple jury members, the judge and the DA. And walked out of there. Now, everybody got killed. Jonathan Jackson and a couple other people and all like that. It's a tragic story, but it's just the act. Now, I heard about this story when I was in prison, and me being a young member. How the only currency we have in prison is violence. That's the only thing that people understand. You can talk, you can have reason, but it's strong hand wins.
I'm a former prison librarian, so I got to see a lot of it firsthand.
Exactly. Well, yeah, you already know it's might is right. You can have the politics, you can have the justification behind it, but it really don't matter when it's more us or bigger me than you. It's bully tactics all day long, right? And
That's
so
right.
being a young gang member and coming up in the gang culture, I heard that story and I was like, wait, hold on. He did what? A 17-year-old kid went by himself, a bag full of guns and said, "Nah, I'm cool on this. You can let my people go." That's gangster till its fullest. Now he got knocked down at the end, but that's gangster too because we already expecting when we start this, man, I'm gonna die, be in jail. That's what it is. So down ain't nothing. That's just you get to make a t-shirt, whatever it is. But that wasn't no far thing. It was just an act. And I started learning and doing more research behind what the motivations was behind that whole concept. Why did he do that? Okay, for George Jackson and his brothers in the Solidarity brothers. Well, what was that going on? I had brothers in there that was in prison that was educating me on not just that story, but the whole entire struggle they were, up against,
Yes.
So it was so much to be mined there, so many spectacular stories within that, that one conception of, his act of going to the courthouse. And so I turned that and I used that as a foundation for this story.
Well, kind of a follow-up to that, as you mentioned, you got courtrooms, meta powers, something from the Declaration of Independence. How do you write in that sense and kind of the social commentary without turning it into a lecture? How do you kind of balance that storyline aspect?
Well, I do it when I tell my stories. Listen, it's a comic book, so it's in the tradition of comic books, right? So
Right.
What every basically comic book, you have a villain. What they do, they talk about what they doing and why they doing it before they do it. Joker, I'm doing this. I just want to burn everything.
Monologuing.
Octopus, exactly. They
Yes.
always monologue of what's going on. So this is no different. You don't. I don't hear nobody saying like they're lecturing. They're telling what it is. It's philosophy. Why I'm doing what I'm doing, especially in this instance, because Jonathan Jackson, Sincere going up against the government, specifically Sincere. So he's like, look, before these people, because I'm more likely, because Sincere already got in his mind, look, I'm more likely to die for what I'm doing, right?
Mhm.
These people kill me and tell you what I was doing. I'm gonna tell you why I'm doing this myself, and I'm gonna do it in my own way because that's what I'm about. So that's what it is. It's not. You can say it's a lecture, but I'm doing it in the tradition of comic book and comic book villains that's been done and told since Action Comics in the 30s, 1939.
That's right.
That's what it is. It's a tradition I'm in.
Well, this is kind of going into the dialogue a little bit, which I freaking loved. It goes about, into a rigged game, genocide, slavery, burning down the city. Now, kind of what conversations did you guys have as a team about kind of how far to push that dialogue and that kind of and that rhetoric?
Yeah, well,
that was an interesting conversation. Well, go ahead. What are you gonna say?
Because I wrote everything, and I was like, okay, because when we first had the story, right? We first came up with the story. I put everything in. Then I started looking. I'm like, and then what's going on right now? I'm like, ooh. And so I'm like, bro, like, are you like? I'm not tripping. It is what it is. Like, I do it because this is what it is. At the same time, like, do you really want to have me write this? You sure? I was asking Ray this specifically. Like, are you sure? Because and I knew he did that with the understanding of, for one, we're going to do more sincere stories.
Mm-hmm.
So the dialogue is not just going to continue; it's going to expound, right? And it's going to get deeper. And I know how to write and expound and get deeper and have it with meaning. I don't just say stuff just to say stuff and have it just, hey, the chips will fall over they made. No, I want to do it responsibly as well, because I understand what's at stake. Yes. I also understand that in this culture, me being an artist, me being one from where I'm from, and also what's going on in the world, I can't be silent. I can't just have all these thoughts and all this and just be quiet. I gotta say something. Like, I'm not finna. No, that don't make no sense. That goes against what I'm standing for. And so, this sincere story is my protest song for everybody. Protest song for me. You can take it how you want to take it. You can feel however you want to feel. But I'm saying what I've got to say, because for the sake of not just myself, but for the art. You know what I mean? That's what art does. That's what art is supposed to be. How many protest songs we got by how many people in this world, especially in America during the 60s, the 50s, the 40s.
Oh, yeah.
People, that's all we really talk about is protest songs. Where we talk about cars, and shiny jewelry and all like that. That's a protest. That's a struggle, because I used to struggle. Now I got it. Yeah. That's a protest song. Like, that's basically what it's saying.
Mm-hmm.
I was broke, but now I'm not, because of my own audacity. Regardless of all these systems you put in.
That's the word, audacity.
Exactly.
Yeah, I pulled myself.
Exactly. All these systems you put me down to hold me down are still successful. You know what I mean? So that's something that's sacred to me, man. So me saying what I'm doing, that's all. It's protest, it's art, it's beautiful. I'm not gonna never shut up. I might, alter what I say sometimes so I won't hurt nobody's feelings, but at the same time, sometimes feelings need to be hurt.
That's right.
That's when you understand me.
That's what the truth does. So when he came to me, and after I read it, and he's like, "You sure you want to go with?" It's like, "You sure you want to do this?" I was like,
about that? You sure about that?
I'm 100% sure. He even was willing to go back and like kind of soften. I was like, no,
dude, leave it.
Yeah, leave it. I mean, it's a statement, and everything that Jamal just said is 100%. Like, we had the conversation. I was like, yeah, do it. And
it feels more real and genuine that way too. I feel like as a reader.
Yeah. Like, Jameson, you read it, and when you walked away, I sent it to a bunch of people that I respect, and you read it, you saw, right?
Yep.
And you came back with a certain kind of feeling. David Walker, like a bunch of people have already read it and thought, you know what? Like, he had somebody at our signing that came and quoted him.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So,
after reading it, just feels like a title that, like, it's a book that needs to be out there that doesn't exist right now.
And that's really it. And so there was a point where we had the Kickstarter, and the Kickstarter was doing terribly. And so this was
it's add to the lore, bro. It really do.
Yeah, no, it really does. It adds to everything. And so when all the things started happening with ICE was really the biggest like galvanizer for me, because in my mind, I think people are finding out exactly who we are, right? But with the ICE things and those particular deaths that have happened, Alex Pretty, and I forget the young lady's name, so it was kind of like people are fed up, and our government isn't. Let's just say we needed a common enemy, and that's the common. So when we had the Kickstarter, it wasn't as bad. It was, let's put it this way, it wasn't as outwardly bad, right? It was more speculatively bad. But then when it started happening to people who didn't look like us, or didn't look like, the Latinx crowd. Oh, go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, when it started happening to white people, when them people.
Yes, exactly. So when that changes the game. So then you saw that the people who were silent but knew it was wrong start speaking up.
Mm-hmm.
We had already canceled the Kickstarter, but we decided to put the book out kind of like a premature launch.
Yes.
And we have sold over 100 copies.
Mm-hmm.
Easily. In one shop.
Yep.
Yeah.
In one shop. So, and that's, you know,
yeah.
So we knew we had a message and people were getting the message. And so that's why I was like, yeah, let's just go. And so when Jay was like, you sure you want to do this? I was like, let them come to me.
Mm-hmm.
I know you remember.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll take all that.
I'll take it all. Let them come to me.
I'll be there with you, but for sure.
Yeah.
You know,
because it's a message that needed to go out. So anyway, that's what happened. And like I said, every platform isn't always for everything.
Mm-hmm.
We found that when, you know, people are asking us for it, you know, they're looking for number 2. We get asked all the time, when's number 2 coming out?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like our main number 1 is not necessarily out yet.
Yeah.
Correct.
I had 10 whole pages, man. The issue number 1, man. We're gonna have it ready for you. Don't even worry about it. It's gonna be dope, man. It's gonna be deluxe premiere edition.
Well, my next question is kind of for everybody, but I'll start with Marcus. Marcus, is there a particular page, scene, or a sequence that you're particularly proud of on your work within Sincere?
I'm sorry that it was breaking up. So I think the question was, it was a page that I had to redo.
No, the question was, is there a particular page or sequence or panel that you're particularly proud of of the work that you put into it?
So these guys these guys are here already know the answer to it. They had to kind of tell me to chill out with the splash pages. So I you know, Jamal wrote it, but it was just me filling it out though. Like I felt that it needed it. So it was only supposed to be 1 splash page. I think I added like 3.
Yeah, I think we got 3 splash pages in it. Yeah.
So I think it's so crazy because it's like I love all the splash pages, but it was one particular page that all 3 of us was like, ooh. It is the one where Sincere is in front of the White House.
Yeah.
Oh man, that scene we was just like sketching and stuff, like it gave us like, all of us got the same thought at the same time. The chills, every chills hit us as I was sketching it. You know, and it was like, oh man, this is the scene right here. Like this is the scene of scenes right here. Like, cause it's like even not having like a description on it or anything, like it says so much. Like the old saying, a picture tells 1,000 words.
That's right.
1,000 different meanings or something like that.
Yep.
It's So that was just like, oh man, this is powerful. Yeah. That's my favorite scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably because of the story behind it, you know, how we did it. You know, yeah.
Yeah, no, that scene is Sincere in front of the White House.
Ray, how about you? Do you have a particular favorite sequence?
That was it. It's the scene with Sincere in front of the White House.
Mm-hmm.
That was everything. That kind of like
Love
locked in the whole thing. And when I see that, it's kind of like this book has a place.
Mm-hmm.
That is a scene. So in every comic, there is a scene or a panel that kind of is a culmination of the entire story.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So when you see that and you see what it's about and his entire, you know, monologue about that, you know what you're in for. You know what this is about. You know, all the rest that's surrounding that scene is in support of it.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, but yeah, I think that was it. That's the part that nails exactly what this is about. And, you know, and Marcus, of course, I personally like the double page spreads. I like the fighting scenes. You know, Marcus, I told Marcus that he has an energy that I can't duplicate.
So much power, man.
Yeah.
So much it jump off the page, man. You dope.
That's so funny. That's what Joe said. He said, you know, when I look at it, It looks like animation.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yes.
your page.
That Saturday morning cartoon feel.
Yeah. I miss those days.
And this is actually a fun question that I've been getting to ask recently. Have you guys thought about, what songs or artists would be on like a soundtrack or playlist for Sincere?
Oh, come on now.
I mean, that's kind of easy. That's kind of given. You can, it's the most recent ones that have been made. Like,
Let's put a QR code in the back of the book so everybody can get at that playlist.
Oh, that would be cool.
yeah,
right?
Because I got a few. I mean, they all protest song, revolutionary songs. I mean, the all my life I had to fight, nigga.
Mhm.
Like it's just power in that, and the Public Enemy. I mean, I can kind of go.
Oh yeah,
it's Sincere. Like,
Welcome to the Terror Dome.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's
body
so much,
count.
It's
There's a song called "Birth of the Nation." Birth of the Nation by Rafian. It starts like with the Indian chant. Then it's like first they give us the drugs. I'm quoting it completely wrong, but just how the drums are. Like, I am not a vocal artist.
Yeah. He's like, here's a disclaimer.
Yeah. So, but that song, like, it reminds me so much of this book. I'm gonna send it to you guys, right? You guys, but every time I look at the book, it reminds me of that song.
And there's another song too. There's a few, but that one I just Black of the Berry Sweet Juice by Kendrick Lamar, and also it was Pie by D'Angelo, because the original story that I had Sincere from, because Midnight Tiger came from Ray Anthony Hyde, the Midnight Tiger series. Lightning Strike come from Lightning Strike series, and they because it was all Marcus's ideas. Like, how about we write a story with all our characters?
Yeah, all this came from Marcus.
It's always Marcus.
So you see, it's always Marcus.
He's always Marcus. That's he the man around these parts. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so when
it makes sense, bro. Like, if I wasn't gonna say it, I'm pretty sure either Jamal or Ray gonna say it.
I wasn't gonna say it.
Yeah. But we had our characters from our main stories, and I got the Ebony series going on right now. Ebony and the Golden Gun. We got Ebony and the Hall of Dragons right now, specifically. That's going crazy out right now. So Studio Skye-Tiger.com. We got new pages coming out every Tuesday and Thursday. So check those out. I think we're on page 6 right now, 4 or 5 or something like that. We are. Going run that in, go and check them out. But it's a great story. But I was thinking, like, when he first had the idea, let's have all our characters in one story. I'm like, well, Ebony, I don't think it'll fit unless we do some, teleportation, another dimension type thing. But I was like, well, wait a minute. You know what I mean? That's too much work. That's too much to explain.
That's a lot of work, especially when people weren't really familiar on a grand scale, because they knew Ebony from Anansi comics, but now we've uplifted all the stuff. So
exactly,
yeah.
I think with Ebony is like post-population.
After the world ends.
Post-apocalyptic.
So that would be like a future comic. A future.
Exactly. After everything.
I'm still with that, Jay. I'm still with that idea of making a future version of the characters.
Oh, best believe. I got you, man. That's already in the works. I'm writing Sincere too right now, just so you know. I want to get that out of the way and get that ready for people. You know what I mean? But I was saying, like, the Sincere story, it came from my original story, as a little series I created, a mini series. It's called Three Fingers, right? And why I call Three Fingers? Because when you point one finger, you got three more fingers pointing right back at you, right? And it's about personal accountability. That's one of the main primary things the brothers that I was in prison taught me. So it was like, because first they had this, it was an epiphany moment. It was like, they was talking to me like, what's up, man? And like, they got comfortable with me talking. It was like, okay, well, if you see the ops on the streets, from the other hoods, what you gonna do? Fight and shoot them. Okay, but ain't the police the ops? I'm like, yeah. So when they tell you, when you see them, what do? You run the other way like a little bitch, huh? Like, when they tell you to get the wall and put your hands up, you're gonna do that, huh? But if the Bloods or whatever they tell you to do all that, what you gonna do? You're gonna look at them like they're crazy and get off on them or try to shoot them, right? So what's the difference? If you call yourself a gangster, then what is you really doing? Because that's the real ops, if you really want to think about it. But you ain't doing shit to them. You running like a little hoe. So what is you really doing? Reassess yourself. Would you sit back and think about your life and your life choices? So that kind of like, oh shit, you right. Because the one people that we all supposed to genuinely hate and go against being a thug, being a gang member, we act like we scared of them.
That's right.
So what is really doing? But y'all see somebody who look like me, then that's open season. That's why I feel like they got the power to kill my own people.
Yeah, police is the biggest gang.
Exactly.
Yeah, police is the biggest gang.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Especially in Los Angeles.
Especially Thank you,
LCD.
Jameson. So
Yeah.
let me tell you this, and I love what he was saying, because when the riots was happening in '92, I'm right in the middle of all that stuff.
Mhm.
We didn't destroy Beverly Hills. We didn't destroy Brentwood. What did we destroy?
Our own shit.
Our own shit. So I'm thinking to myself, how stupid is that?
Yep.
How dumb. Why are you messing up your own thing? You riot, and you're not even going to the places of the people with the power that really they're making you the op.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? So what are you doing?
That's backwards.
That's backwards every time. So this is the reason, at least, like, so Jay is talking about this, and he's starting this stuff. He's talking to cats, OGs in prison.
Yeah.
He's talking to OGs in prison. They have learned this lesson. You know what I'm saying? And they're giving this man the game. And so now, what do? You start writing stories about it, because that's your gift. Right? That is your gift.
That's what they told me, because when I first started writing stories, homie, the brothers in there, she made Denim and Abdul Shakur, man, they see me, took me on their wing, was mentoring me. They seen I was on a different path. They seen I was going to school. I was staying out of trouble, staying out the way, because I did everything. You know, I was a gang member. I was frontlining and doing everything you think gang members in prison do. You know what I mean? Until I, realized, like, this is not the way I want to live my life, because I'm not finding a real satisfaction in this lifestyle. I'm doing all this, committing all this violence. Ain't nobody really being hurt but me. In the end, it feels good to do. I'm doing it for the little 2-3 minutes. I'm doing it. But after that, I'm going to the shoe. I'm going to the hole. I'm getting all my property took. I can't talk to my family. I'm sitting in this hole in this shoe, in this box, 23 hours a day. Stuck. This is not what I want to do. Right. So it's like, and when I got out and I started to change that and started to write specifically, they seen that. They started, like, not just indoctrinate me, but open my eyes. Be like, look, brother, this is what's going on, but this is what's going on. This is what you think is going on, but this is what we know is going on. We're not going to tell you what we know is going on. We're going to give you documentation, records, books, so you can learn all this for yourself. But don't take my word from it. Educate yourself. Prison became not a box; it became a university for me. I didn't just go to Bakersfield College and get a associate's degree. I got a master's in just being a man and trying to better myself and elevate myself. And they seen that. And so all the things they taught me, all the lessons I learned, that culminated everything I put out now was like, it's different stories, but it's one common thread.
That's right.
I mean? And it's about us. And what the brother just said, why we burn down our own city. That's what Sincere say. Mm-hmm. How many times we gonna march and protest and burn down our own shit? When we gonna burn down their city?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Exactly. So it's the whole philosophy behind that. Like I said, I'm not gonna be reckless with my talk, I'm not gonna be reckless with my story and everything like that. I'm gonna make it responsible. I'm gonna give people options, because at the end of the day, you gotta think about this. Number one, comics is a make-believe fantasy world. If we try to do a revolution now, it'd be fun in the first 2 days, 3 days, but it's gonna get shut down real fast. What's that movie that came out with Leonardo DiCaprio and Tiana Taylor? Y'all seen that?
Oh no. Yes.
Yeah. You seen how? Yeah. You seen how fast the government came and shut all that down?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
A whole lot worse. I'm not talking about what's that back in the day, the Toast of Black Wall Street in 29. I'm talking about Philadelphia in 85.
Yeah.
They made a graphic novel about that too, if you haven't read
Which
it.
they made a graphic novel about.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, this is the thing. They have a book out, which I recommend people read. It's called They Chose Violence.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right? That's a good book too. I'm sorry I didn't mention it earlier. That's a good book too. So when we talk about putting out Sincere, there's books that's just like that, if not go farther than Sincere.
Oh yeah. And that goes right into my next question, which, I mean, you all can touch on this, but Jamal first. At least for me, the dialogue feels like real people, from the real neighborhoods out there. Do you guys kind of workshop the dialogue together, or do you kind of put it together and then Marcus does visuals on top of it? Or kind of how does that process work for you guys, especially for the dialogue? I feel like it really stands out in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it could. It was the writing was me, because what I originally went was we set up a meeting to have and talk about what the book was going to be about. But when the meeting came, I already had the story written. I'm like, look, here you go. I like to be that guy. I like to be ahead, a lot of times, especially with writing, and especially this I take so serious, man. So, and the dialogue, it just came from me and people where I come from. Like, we all talk in a similar way and the fashion. I had to still, tweak it, because it's a comic book and people don't necessarily read the same way we talk. You understand what I'm saying? Like, we can't write exactly how people talk. So I had to just alter it, but I still have it, as real as possible, to where I can people recognize us in our language and our, our mannerisms and our culture within the dialogue. But at the same time, it was about just, telling that story, man, and just having fun with, let them know that it came from a real place, and also on top of that,
it has that sense of genuine feel to it because of that.
Exactly. And you got to think about it like where they coming from, what it is, Sincere. I'm going to explain more about how he gets philosophy in issue number 2. But just think of it like this. He knows that superpowers is a great equalizer. Because before, if it was a revolution like right now, we'll get smashed. But because we have superpowers now, if we move fast, we strike fast, we can get what we really want. So that's his whole philosophy. So it's like, man, we got to move fast. We got to get it now. So that whole him come where he come from, I was like, what if, man? That's a lot of my stories come from. What if? And I just let that idea run forward. You know what I mean? So that's what makes it dope, man.
And Jameson, so when Jamal sets everything up, what happens is we all kind of give it a read and go through. And then at the end, I usually approve how this stuff is going to go. You know what I mean? So like, which I knew was going to be cool. And they basically said that, with some of the words, the cuss words, whatever, and it's got the scribble, but if we leave the scribble in, a lot of people was like, "Oh, that's clever," and I was like, "Thank you."
That touch, man. That was a dope touch.
Finally,
man. Yes. I mean, I actually, what is it? Wally Wood was like, "Hey, the Great Steal." So I stole that from a manga, and they were using it in a different way. I don't think it was bad words. It was some kind of like affliction where somebody's words weren't clear, so they would use scribble. And I thought, oh man, that would be cool if it was like cuss words or something, just scribble. And so the cool thing is, underneath the word is actually there. It's just a scribble that's on top. So you can't actually see it, but we all know those words. Like those words when you're 6 years old. So when you are reading it, your mind fills in the blank. And sometimes it fills in a word that's not actually there, but worse.
That too.
Right? So that's the cool thing with the dialogue that we decided to do. And a lot of our books are like that. That's kind of the Studio Skye-Tiger Comics way. If there is a harsh word or curse word or something like that, we'll put a scribble on it. The only book that doesn't scribble out that is WTF Mama. And it's only because we published the book. Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's a comedy. Yeah, exactly. That's the other thing. Yeah. It's a comedy. Yeah. But yeah, so that's the thing. That's what we do. And at the end of the day, like, we all discuss things with each other and feel like if this rings true or not. But it's a realness. It's an authenticity. So Jameson, if you put up the image of both Anansi Comics and New Dreams.
Yes.
What it hasn't been said is that these two are technically imprints of Studio Skye-Tiger Comics.
There we go.
Right? So they have a certain level of autonomy. Sincere is a group project. It is technically the second published work of Studio Skye-Tiger Comics. The first is WTF Mama. Because Midnight Tiger hasn't actually been published through Studio Skye-Tiger Comics yet. So once it's actually published through that, then it will be the third one.
Okay.
Right. So there's certain levels to that. So that means that I can't, and I like it this way, I don't necessarily control what New Dreams does with their comics. If Lightning Strike is Lightning Strike. So whatever Marcus does and wants to do, then we talk about it. If there's something that goes against Studio Skye-Tiger's, brand or whatever it is, then we'll discuss it. But I know both of these guys, and I know that authenticity matters to our company. That is like job one. So when I go through it, unless it's something that's just crazy, like I don't know if we could publish that, but Marcus, you go and publish it yourself. Just pull our thing up. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen because I know that like we have a level of respect for what we're trying to do, and there's a brand that we're trying to put forth into the world internationally, right? It's not just it's not just, even though I've described it as mixtapes out of the back of our truck, it isn't that. It's Dr. Dre, and it's worldwide. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the situation that we're trying to do. So that means that whatever Anansi Comics does, we look through what Ebony and the Hall of Dragons, that's all 100% authentic. You read through it, it's amazing, and it has a completely different tone than Sincere American Nightmare. Completely, because Jamal can write a multitude of different genres. The same thing with Marcus. Marcus has proven that he can draw all kinds of stuff. They still has his different flair, different style. Like there's something that I can't talk about that Marcus and I are working on logo wise. That and we did it all. We did it all together. Yeah, oh yeah.
That was
In a couple months, I might be able to talk about it, but not right now. But we literally are working on this logo. We worked on it together.
Nice.
It was like a whole session on Zoom. So this is what that is. And here's the thing. This is only 3 of us. The actual company, like we have TJ Bell and Next Veerling, and like we have a bunch of people, Elisa Del Castillo, like we have a bunch of people in this group, Lucas Coble, you know what I mean? Like
that's my guy.
Yes. Like so we got Lucas was a student, but he actually worked with Jamal in Anansi Comics. And so that merger, we got Lucas in the package, and Lucas is a force. So this is the kind of thing that we're trying to build. But anyway, I'll let you go. I know you got a list of questions. We're gonna get through them. Don't worry.
Well, my question, kind of tying into that, is actually, I'll go with this question. If you could expand Sincere into another medium first, what would it be? Animation, live action, audio drama, video game? Kind of what the pie in the sky? What would you try to pursue first if you had an opportunity?
I think the next viable thing for Sincere is like little shorts, like little live action shorts, because it's so easy. Because his costume isn't necessarily a costume. It's a costume in the sense of that's what he chose to put on in his world. But for us, that's what people around here just wear.
Yep.
Yeah.
Miltons, Chuck Taylors, they probably don't wear it nowadays, but you know what I mean? But that's a uniform out here. For being a gang member, you pull up like that's what it is. I mean, nobody gonna look at you strange. You know what I mean? And that's intentionally why Sincere is wearing those clothes. Why he's wearing his mask is a blackface mask. Why his hair is in the fro. Why is everything is symbolic. Every single article of clothing he has on is symbolic of his struggle and where he's from.
Yep.
It's not what he is, it's what he represents. That's what makes him stand up with this, chest out a little bit more, because it's not just him behind him. It's a whole.
It's like a uniform.
Exactly like a uniform. You know what I mean? So I'm saying all to say, like, it'd be easier to transition the Sincere stories to live action because it's so easy to do. I can already kind of think of, scenarios where I can have little shorts in the Sincere. It's like saying like little, tidbits, little anecdotes, little, giving like little, Aesop fables type things like that. Just him.
Yeah, there we go.
Like, yeah, I mean, it's so dope. So I can do that. But my whole thing is right now, let me just work on the craft of creating a great story. So like Marcus, like the bro said, I don't want people to support me, just because I'm black, which is nice. Okay, fine. But I want you to support me because I'm a talented writer, because he's a talented artist. We're a talented company. And I'm putting out quality content to where it's something that you can sit back, you can absorb, and you can really, think on and ponder on. That's why when we first released the first edition of Sincere, it's more like a protest, FU, release. Like, no, back before when it was, I seen the Kickstarter wasn't finna make, I'm like, you know what? Forget the Kickstarter, you can cancel it. I'm putting out the book anyway, bro. I don't care, because it's all about me, because I want to show people my audacity. I'm gonna do this anyway. You know what I mean? Now it's probably like, well, we're gonna do this anyway. I was probably like, we rushed a little bit, but we just so like, nah, man, we ain't feeling.
Look, Jay, that was you. That was you.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just tell you. Jamal is our guy. He's like, I'd rather ask forgiveness than permission.
It's like, why? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, because it's like some things
it's like that saying, better to die quick fighting on your feet than live forever begging on your knees.
Exactly.
Kind of if I had to wait for permission and everything, I would not be here talking to you, bro.
Exactly.
Man, like, it's kind of how I live. And I do say, and I take advice, suggestions, and I might, take a chance, and it might, backfire, but that's okay, because I learned that lesson. Because every failure is not a failure. A failure is an opportunity to learn and get better.
And that's it. That's what we do, because it was, when it came out, and then, there was things that we need to fix in it. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. That's one thing that I definitely take to heart. If we have made mistakes, then we own them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That accountability.
That's accountability.
I take that off.
It's those three fingers, right?
Yeah. You know what was so dope?
That's what it is.
I got you. It's me first.
Yeah. So when it comes out and we did this thing, you know, it was a good test actually, and the test it was like wildfire.
Yeah, I was like, bro, we go.
Yeah, and so when I got the file, you know, because there's 2 versions out right now, which we're not going to be printing those anymore, but there's 2 versions out. There's Jamal's original file. That what was that show that you debuted at?
It was Pasadena.
Okay, so at Pasadena Comic-Con, and then he's sending me footage. Oh. He sent it as it goes, Jameson. He sent me footage. It's like, what is it? Sincere and Ebony, and Sincere and Ebony, and Sincere. And I was like, okay,
yeah,
here we go. So then I get the file.
Here comes the crossover.
Here it comes. So here's the thing. It's Marcus. Marcus says, hey, Joe over there at the Comic Den wants to do this to launch Black History Month, you know, March 1st. And I hadn't quite said yes yet.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't said yes yet. Marcus thinks I did, but I didn't say anything yet. I didn't say anything yet because after I saw the file, I saw what needed to be corrected.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, And then Joe contacted me and was like, okay, we're ready to go. So now I'm locked in as a publisher. And I'm like, okay, fine. Let me do this. Let me do this first. And so I took Jay's file, I took his PDF, then I redid it as fast as I could by I changed some of the ads. I put our ad for the Comic Den inside. Mm-hmm. You know, I upgraded the paper and the cover.
There you go.
As a publisher, right? And so now there's a version out there that is a little closer to what we produce. It's a little closer to what we produce. So that can be found at the Comic Den in Inglewood, you know, off of Fairfax and what is that? What is that, Main Street? And Slauson. So you guys can get that. There are not very many left. You know, like I said, Joe sold a lot of these copies. He sent them across state.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So this is what we're trying to do here, and we're elevating this. Now that we got a pretty good system, you know, we're going back, and that was what the whole thing was. This is what we need to add. This is what we need to do, and whatever. And so we all agreed that from this point on, there's a certain level of quality that we need to have. You know, you level up, because here's the thing about a lot of independents that people don't talk about. And you can't support a lot of things. I mean, you can support, like Jay been saying this whole time, you know, don't support me just because I'm Black. Support it because it's good.
Yeah, because you like the story or the art.
Yes, exactly. That's what drew you in.
Yeah,
that's the thing, right? Like we got variant covers, because what you're showing right now is my cover. There's a variant cover with Marcus's cover on
double cover.
Double cover. It's a double cover, and we still haven't even done that one yet.
Like a wraparound?
Yes, it's a wraparound cover. The one that's out now is not a wraparound, but again, like I said, that's like the proto version that's out right now. Our full version with the extra 10 pages with the history. History also, right? So it's like 6 pages of kind of like a prequel part that adds character stuff, and then the 4 pages of the actual history behind it, inspiration, and all of that. So it's a full, nice package. Yeah, it'll be very, very full. So this is the kind of stuff that we're trying to do, and we're looking like it's gonna be ready sometime in maybe late April. That's what I'm gonna say. So yeah.
Well, my next question to our closing section is actually a pretty fun question for all of you. On the creator side of things, can you guys share an experience you've had where at a convention or online, wherever it may be, where someone either came up and said, hey, you know, I'm a huge fan of your work, you know, taking you by surprise or giving you like a new perspective on your own work, something along those lines that you got to experience? If you want to start us off, Marcus, kind of a cool experience you've got to experience.
Oh, guys, man. I think one of the most memorable ones that I have a lot of them actually, but I'm gonna start with this one because it was the first time I debuted Lightning Strike issue 1 at a comic book convention. I got them the day like that night, the day before at like 12 o'clock. I got the books in. Then and I ordered like a small copy because I was like, ain't nobody gonna buy this. So just doubting myself, and I finally got the courage and just talking to some friends, finally just decided to put it out, So I go to this convention, and I sold like within like the first, I want to say first hour, I sold like 10 books. Then
Nice.
it was like this couple, they saw it, was like, oh my God, this is amazing. They bought 2 copies, they left and brung back 10 other people. And they bought
Oh,
doubles. They bought doubles.
that's awesome.
Then, yeah. Then this little boy came, he was like, oh my God, this is great. So he bought the book. And I did a little sketch in the book. I saw somebody do this before, and I always wanted to start doing it. I always wanted to do it with my books. I do a little quick sketch on the blank inside the blank part of the book. I'm actually I did my version of the sincere book with an inside blank cover. So so I did that, and the little boy left with his parents. They left. Then he came back like towards the end of the show. And the little boy was like, "I just wanted to show you. I put it in the frame."
Oh,
And I was
cool.
like,
wow.
So I sold everything that day. So, and I still had 2 other days left.
Wow.
Like,
A good problem.
Yeah. So it was that. Then I'm gonna share one more story.
Sure.
And, I was at Black Comic Books Day. And
Yeah, Keith and Jones.
Yeah, Keith and Jones. Oh, this guy's freaking amazing.
He's top notch.
Yeah.
And it was so crazy because he squads me in there. I found out about the event like super late, and he squads me in there. And I'm doing my thing, and this news lady comes up. I'm thinking that she's like a podcaster or something, and she like interviews me on. She interviews me. I talk about my book, give my pitch. Then the next day, a family of like people came in from Compton. There's like we saw like my family saw you on the news, and we all wanted to come out. We drove out here like first thing in the morning to make sure we all meet you. And so
Love that.
That's incredible.
That was like, oh my God. That was like, I'm not gonna say that was the most memorable one. The most memorable one was I met my wife at Comic-Con.
That's what I thought you were going to say.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were saying.
Yes.
That's a famous story.
They better bring
Did you
that
have
one.
an anniversary?
Yes. So yesterday, I was gonna wait until the end, but yesterday, me and my wife celebrated 3 years of marriage, and today marks 4 years of us being together from our first date. We had
Nice.
Yeah, our anniversary, our wedding anniversary, and our first date is right next to each other. So, hello,
Perfect.
baby, I love you. Happy anniversary.
All right.
Jamal, about you, had any cool experiences you've got to have?
Man, all of them, every single one. Honestly, it's like because if you
Or
really
as
know
a
my
fan?
I mean, as a fan, all of them, bro. If you know my life, you'll know why. I'm honestly saying every single one because I had like a little bit of a crazy life, bro. So it's not just me coming out, going to my first ever Comic-Con. With my sister, man, going to LA Comic-Con, man, that was just awe-inspiring, bro. To sitting down and going to my first comic book store, I ever been to it in forever. To meeting Ray, meeting Marcus for the first time. I think we first met at the Comic Bud. And you was all both.
It was at LA Comic-Con.
Oh yeah, and you was like, hey, I know June too in the comic. Yeah, yeah, you right. He remember one of me, but yeah. So it just, but then meeting Ray, and then the whole it's moment after moment, bro. Like it's like everything has kind of been surreal. It's kind of like been a dream come true. Like I can't pick. It's like picking which one is your favorite kids. Like I just I know right now. She just had the picture. I got fan art, bro. I just got from Black Comics Book Day and the first ever
Cool
fan art. I got a couple other ones that people been hitting me up, said they're gonna hook it up, but it's just like it's all been amazing for me, man. And not even just that, but I remember when I was in prison, bro, and I was writing my comic, sitting at the table and I was just writing the scripts for everything, working on my craft, figuring it out. And people was like, man, what do you want to do? Like, where do you want to take this? Because, you know, in prison, it's not about where you at, man. It's like where you trying to go and where you trying to, it's like, what's up? You want to make movies? You want to be, you know, millionaire? You want a TV show? Like, what? Because they know my stories. They know me. And they know what I'm, you know, and I'm going. It was like, and I was like, bro, honestly, whenever I make my own comic and I have my own table and I sell it to somebody and they say, oh, I like this. Where's your next one? That's enough for me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's happened. I don't know how many times I done sold the books. I don't know how many books, thousands of books. I don't know, you know. But it's like, so every time that happens, that's honestly not everything that comes after is just icing on the cake, bro. Honestly, like that may sound crazy, but it's like if you knew my life, they know my life. They know what's going on. So they know, you know what I mean. So all this is, I just be like, I'm walking, I'm living a dream right now, bro. Real talk.
Yeah, you had a big show recently.
Oh man, that was my Black Comics Day. Speaking of,
yeah, it just happened. Yeah.
Biggest, look, it was bigger than LA Comic Con, bigger than Pasadena Comic. All the comic. I've been to Comic Con Revolution. I've been to Buffalo, Nickel City Comic Con. When I went to go visit Lucas out in Niagara Falls. This is my biggest selling show ever. My last show. Most recent. I have 2 books specific that was going crazy: Sincere American Nightmare and Ebony and the Hall of Dragons. And this is my first ever barometer of seeing the different types of crowds and what they call the audiences I have, because I know they gravitate towards Sincere. They see the cover, they get reminiscent about Boys in the Hood. I tell them, you know, in 2 seconds what it's about. Man, it's about an anti-villain named Sincere who wants to unite all the gangs in America so they can take over the U.S. government. I sold the book already. Yeah, you know, and they buy it right there. And then for the kids to come tell them about them, I'm like, oh man, this is Ebony. It's like D&D meets Hellboy. And it's like, oh, really? It's like, yeah. So check it out. I showed them the pictures because Lucas is awesome. I don't really have to do too much talking with that. Mm-hmm. I just showed them the picture. And they're like, oh, I love this. And they just, so I'm looking at the demographic. That's what the demographics of what I'm doing, right? And I see, like, that's why the latest little video, the little promo video I did for Ebony, because I already know her and her personality and what it is, but I'm kind of just leaning into that now. I see a demographic is teenagers and girls and all like that. So I'm leaning into that whole. And Ebony herself as a character, she's a loner. She's by herself. She's an angry girl, but she's more like Lisbeth from, you know, Girl with Dragon Tattoo. She's independently minded. You know what I mean? But so she's punk rock type. You know what I mean? So that whole aesthetic, I'm gonna try to push and lean into and bring forward. So I'm like, this is her. This is who, because my characters, I don't write them. They talk to me and I do what they tell me to do. And this is what Ebony is telling me to do. Like she's a loner, she's angry, but she's still loyal and everything. She has her own, but she likes to do her own thing. But she's a punk rock chick. You know what I mean? She's you know, heavy metal. She's, you know, she's just awesome, amazing, and she's a dope. Like she's just, I can't wait for y'all to get in some Ebony, man.
I love Ebony. That's one of my favorites. I mean, you know, Sincere got a special place, but Ebony is my favorite Jamal Anansi character.
Yeah, she's so dope. And this
Sam is actually.
Yeah, Sam, I know. It's like, you know what I mean? Sam, comic relief, he's everything. Sam is a goat, bro. Real talk. Like Sam is
Sam is a goat.
Yeah, real talk. He's special. Y'all see, man, when he's upcoming. Check out Hall of Dragons.
I thought he was a gorilla.
You got you're right. We got Hall of Dragons out right now. We got the Ebony and the Troublemaker, which is Ebony number 2 is coming out pretty soon. When Lucas, you know, comes back off a project he's on right now, we're gonna get that going. We got Frankenstein, King of the Zombies, just coming out real. So I'm gonna give y'all a whole bunch of look, but man, I'm so proud of that book, man, because I think my trade craft and the writing medium is elevated most definitely. You know, just to see the a lot of the mentorship, the tutelage I got under, because I had the original what I had the conception of, but you know, when I finally got, I finally got the big bro, Ray to, you know, look over like, man, add this, put that together. And I was like, all right. But I put him like, you know what? It's a whole lot better now. So, you know, it's like 10 times and it worked out. So that's what, you know, that's why I'm so proud and happy to be with Skye-Tiger Comics, man. Oh, and this is it. This is the
there it is.
They got the
trademark. A little more.
Yeah.
There you go.
They got the trademark, the Ebony the little frown she has.
That's fantastic.
You know what I mean? Because she's just a grumpy cat. You know what I mean? But she's
Ebony got RBF right there.
Exactly. Yeah, she do. That's her regular face. That's her. She's happy. You don't even know.
There we go.
That's she's smiling at you. You don't even know.
Yep. I love that piece, man. You gotta stay. Don't forget. I need to put that in our books.
Yeah,
definitely.
No, I got a shot because I got to get in contact and try to shout out the artists. who did that for me, man. Make sure I give her due credit, man. I'm making another video, man, giving her her flowers, man, because this.
Yeah, because what we're gonna do, we're gonna have a fan art. Draw this in your style. Yeah, we're gonna. I mean, hey,
or cosplaying, Ray, or cosplaying.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, Ray, how about you? Any memorable or cool experiences you've got to experience as a creator or on being a fan?
Oh wow. I've been in the game longer than these two.
So you're saying there's a difference?
Yeah. And so, okay. The most like memorable thing I've ever done in comics, period, like, is being on the Marvel stage at San Diego Comic. And that's
that footage.
Wait, what?
I remember seeing that footage, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being on the Marvel stage at San Diego Comic-Con at apparently the largest attendance.
Wow.
I was right before COVID.
Yeah, the 19. Yeah, 19.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, so
that was my first year going.
That was. See,
yes.
There you go. So you were there, and I think it was me and what is it, Super Duper Kyle, and we did a comic for Marvel's collaboration with Axe, right, called The Freshman. And so I designed all of the characters and I did the layouts, and there was a whole campaign where there was like they animated the stuff, the book. I didn't actually do the final drawing. I cannot remember the art team, so please, guys, forgive me for that. But all I did was lay the whole thing out, and I did all the character designs and all of that kind of stuff for it. And so that was kind of phenomenal. I mean, it was just great. And I think I had met Mike Coulter that day. It was really, really cool. But yeah, and my wife was there, and they was asking Shayla.
Hey, Shayla.
Yeah, I know. The first lady of Studio Skye-Tiger Comics.
Yeah.
They were like, hey, do you want to meet the Avengers before anybody else can meet them?
Ooh.
Yes, I do.
And Shayla was like, nah, that's all right.
Dang. She already got it.
She was like, nah, I passed. They were like, are you sure? She was like, nah.
Like, yeah.
It was cool. It was cool. So that would say, as a professional, that was probably the coolest thing that I'd ever done. As a fan, was probably when I was in line for a portfolio review, and I can't remember who exactly the review was. I don't know if it was Image or Marvel. This is definitely years ago, and I had done 3 pages of Black Panther, and I'm in line, and you got it's full 11x17, and all the other artists in line are talking. Oh, yeah, it's cool, whatever. So this dude walks by, pauses, looks at the work, and was like, "Oh yeah, this is good. You work," and kept going. And that dude was Jim Lee.
Wow.
So, yeah, and so that was it. That was what my cool times.
Of course, Ray has a story like that. Of course.
It's me being at the right place at the right time. It's all happenstance, man.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, for the viewers out there, and we've had viewers the entire time, so everybody, thank you for sticking with us the entire time. Where can everybody find you and Studio Skye-Tiger online? Marcus, if you want to start us off, where can people find you online?
You can find me online. My website, lightningstrike.store. My social handles are LS Comic X and at NUE39 in the Skye-Tiger store.
Yeah,
look,
there we go.
I was waiting for that, Marcus.
I love it.
Don't forget the
I gotta
brand.
get my likes up. I gotta outdo Jamal.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I ain't tripping. I'm gonna be happy you get there. You can feel everything. Hey, you're gonna find me one place, man, one place only, man, at StudioSkyetiger.com. Be there, be square, man. We releasing new pages. It's not just sincere. Oh no, we're not doing sincere. I ain't ready for that.
Not yet.
Ebony. We got Bloodsuckers, another story I wrote on
Yes,
there.
that's happening right now.
Yeah, it's a horror story that's going on, man. Check that out. It's a Black Frankenstein with zombies in it, and well, not zombies, but vampires. It's amazing. Check out that story. But Studio Skye-Tiger Comix.com, man. Y'all go and check us out, man.
You gotta say it back, bro.
Huh?
You gotta say it back, or the competition won't look real.
Well, I'm gonna, I mean, it's not. I love y'all. I don't compete my pros, man. We all here. Like when you win, I win. That's how I feel. Like, you know,
right. We have a Studio Skye-Tiger Battle Royale.
Exactly.
Well, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I'll just say it like this: has anybody seen Rocky IV?
Not for a long time, but yeah.
Yeah. It's Drago.
Yeah.
There
I
we
must
go.
break you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what you gotta do.
I must break you. No, you can find me at studioskyetiger.com. Everything is there. That is the place. Everything is there. If you want to find anybody who is a part of the studio, it's studioskyetiger.com, and that is Skye spelled with an E. And Jameson's already, you know, popped it into probably all the chats, all the socials.
Yep.
So that's where everything can be. You can find us all there. Anything else connected to that, that's all through there as well. So, you know, just find us there. Check for the comics that we upload every Tuesday and Thursday. We're trying to build that following so you guys can, you know, and subscribe. Do not forget to subscribe to the website. You do that, you know, we have an upcoming blog popping up. We can read our first blog. Just check out the comics. You know, our whole claim to fame at this point is you're going to get the comics for free. We're basically like a mini version of Viz, you know, where Viz or Shonen Jump, where you can read the comics as a web comic for free. You know, I mean, and you subscribe. You don't pay for subscription. It's all there for you to kind of really enjoy what we're doing, get ingratiated with our characters and our brand and the things that we're doing. And then once you're in love with these incredible characters, you know, Lightning Strike and Midnight Tiger and Ebony, you know, and all the stories, then you can go buy the book. Then you can buy the merch. We got what is it? Acrylic standees. We got shirts. We got, you know, all the cool stuff. Exactly. Look at that.
Love it.
We have stuff because we are catering to a fan base, right? And we're here for you not to just buy stuff, but really to enjoy our stories. That's what we're in the business here to do is we're selling stories. That's it. So that's what we're doing. And Jameson, thank you. You know, from Studio Skye-Tiger to you, like, we appreciate you because technically this is our first, you know, interview together.
Oh, fantastic!
As a studio.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
I mean, we've done it on our own channel, but no.
I was about to say technically second.
It's technically our second, but I'm not counting ourselves.
Yeah, that's
fair.
Yeah. So Jameson gets that lockdown. You know, Comics for All it's the first has actually reached out to us as a studio.
Love it, and love to help promote all the stuff you guys have coming out. My last question for all of you is a fun one, but an odd one. Do you happen to have a favorite snack or a meal to power yourself through a couple hours of working on a project?
Ooh, that's a good one. I used to have one before, you know, to control the sugar. I used to have one. Let me tell you, I got that. I'm diabetic. Diabetes. So no, he's cracking. Marcus is cracking up. Yep, that's right. I'm Black Wilford Brimley, except I actually look better for my age.
Did you know Ray is 92 years old? Did you know that?
Did you know? Did you know?
know?
But Reese's peanut butter cups.
Ooh, yeah.
Reese's peanut butter cups. Man, I used to tear those down. Like, yep. I'd be working at 3 a.m. Popping them, just popping them.
Sound about right.
You know, I was like, charging me up. I was like Goku. Actually, more like Vegeta. But you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was my favorite. You know.
Yeah, that go crazy.
Jamal, how about you?
Man, bowl of cereal, man. I'm a big old kid, man. Give me a bowl of cereal, especially when I'm like, because with stories, it's like I use my brain, like I gotta think. So sometimes I gotta sit and process like where it's gonna go next. So help with that. It's some good TV, but a bowl of cereal, it's like, oh, I know, and put it down and get it right. Like it's a.
Are we talking like Golden Grams, Lucky Charms? What are we talking?
Yes.
Oh,
All these cereals.
that's fair.
It's breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a midnight snack. Like it works all the time, all day long. I gotta be healthy now, so I eat almond milk now. And
Oh man,
but Cinnamon Toast Crunches right now is like yes, and I'm trying to be healthy, so it's like golden. What's it called? Raisin Bran Crunch. You know?
Oh yeah,
It stuff's delicious though.
Yeah,
it's good.
Oh, it is, man. I'm trying to tell you, and they got blueberries in it too. Right? Promo, you know, but yeah,
Right. Sponsored by.
Exactly.
yeah.
Marcus, how about you?
What's up, man?
I tell a quick story first before I tell my snack.
Yeah, come on.
So, speaking of cereal, so you know, I come from a big family, right? So it's a lot. I have majority brothers in my siblings. So you know, so food was like if you get something, you go in the corner, you eat. you protect it, you eat. So you know, I wake up early in the morning because I wanted to catch my favorite show. Because Bobby's World came on super early.
I love that show
on Saturday morning, right? So you know, my mom just went grocery shopping. So you know, I kept seeing those commercials about a balanced breakfast. Like it was like cereal, a muffin, an orange, and apple, and then like orange juice. So you know, I get up for everybody gets up. You know, make everything. I forgot a spoon. So I run to the kitchen, grab the spoon, get back to my position with my sketchbook. Everything go.
Oh man, what?
We're gonna get a spoon. Everything's like, wait, what happened?
Everything's gone.
I get robbed? Yes.
Oh man, emergency.
Yeah, exactly. No,
My brother was watching me the whole time.
So I got a spoon in my pocket, man.
Man, I ain't never been so mad, bro.
You got jacked in your own house.
Yeah.
We fought for a good 2 hours.
Hey, too slow.
But my favorite snack is like do not put marshmallows or red vines in front of me. I can't eat that stuff now because I'm trying to eat more healthier. And you know, me and Lonnie, now that we had the baby, our whole goal is to get healthier and exercise more to get in better shape, especially chase Story around.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah, like I can eat a whole tub of red vines. You know, that's my number one movie snack. Jamal, you saw me. Yeah, like
look, you and Shayla. I gotta tell Shayla because that's her crack.
Yeah,
okay.
Dude. Man, like, I don't know what it is, bro. Don't know what it is, man. It's just like Lonnie got mad one time because she bought some, and I ate. She probably had like at least 2 or 3 vines. I ate all of them things. I wasn't even trying to. I was talking to myself.
Waking up,
delirious.
Yeah,
I know. You are a real fiend. You were a fiend.
Dude, that and marshmallows, bro. Like, I don't know what it is, bro. I can't have those things around me.
All the things we said got sugar in them, so we know what it is.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
You know what I mean?
We know what it is.
Tacos. We ain't saying.
These are the tacos.
How about you, Jameson? Like, what's your go-to?
Yeah, actually, all these questions.
This is a good question. My favorite go-to snack is Gardettos, like a Chex Mix. I love anything like a Chex Mix or like pretzels, anything like that.
You like the crunch?
Yes, I'm a crunchy for sure.
I feel it.
Did you guys ever like do the whole steal your perch and eat sunflower seeds?
No, I didn't like sunflower seeds like that.
Only when I was playing baseball.
Them without the shell. Oh, see. Yeah.
My uncle was a stereotypical Negro. He was sitting on he would sit on a porch and just pop sunflower seeds and eat annihilators.
God.
Oh, he's from the ghetto.
Yeah.
He's definitely from the ghetto.
Yeah.
Like with the plaid shirt and Dickies with the gangster flip flops.
Corduroy High School.
what was it? What was it? The
West
Red
Coast.
Bars. Yeah, some boulevards.
Yeah,
Yes.
Oh man,
yeah. Oh yeah, you know. Yeah.
James. All he needed for that was some kung fu shoes.
Yeah.
Every
Yes.
in the game.
Yeah, if you have some
Completes
kung fu
it.
shoes. Yeah, oh god. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that's the end of our conversation today. It's been a blast having you guys all on. We have to do this again for sure.
Yes.
Yes.
So for everybody out there, thanks for sticking with us through this hour and 35 minutes. This is great. We've had
Wow.
people the entire time. So thank you for sticking with us. This has been Comics for All, where comics, creativity, and community all connect. And we'll see you next time. All right. Take care, everybody.
Peace.